the New 80s Revolution with Jason Nupp, a one and all show full of fun where anything can and does happen. Pickups, fan mail, toy reviews, camping with the New 80s Revolution Jr. Whatever the heck else does not fit into a specific category, Jason covers it right here, folks. And now, the host of the New 80s Revolution, Jason Nupp.
Hello everybody, Jason Nupp, New 80s Revolution, down here in the cave for a top 5 video. That's right, today we're going to talk about something. We're going to talk about something. So when I first started this channel, people were throwing stuff at me, you know, movies and TV shows and cartoons, and I found myself going, no, not familiar with that, or no, never seen that, no, never seen that movie, no, never seen that cartoon, and I started, like, you know, questioning my fandom. Of course, you know, I was like, you know, the 80s guy who didn't see a lot of good 80s stuff that I should have, movies and things like that. Like I like, this blew up the channel when I first announced it, but I never saw a Star Wars movie straight through before until about a year and a half ago. And now I've seen everyone except Skywalker, Rise of the Skywalker. Or is that the last one? Maybe? I don't know. I've seen everyone except the last one. And, you know, I love them in varying degrees. You know, I think the world would have been fine if we didn't have all the remakes, or not remakes, but you know, prequels and sequels and all that. I don't think we needed them. If you can just watch the first 3 and just love them and appreciate them and end when it ends and just move on with life, we would have been okay. I didn't need all the rest. Some are good, some are less than good, but we were fine with the first 3. You know, and what else? What else haven't I? You know, like Mask, you know, the cartoon. Never seen an episode in my life. Own the box set, but haven't seen it. You know, and a lot of TV shows that I wasn't a fan of, Cheers and oh, I don't know, you know, like The Facts of Life, things like that. You know. So, and then also Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I'd literally never seen 3 minutes of, and watched it during quarantine times and absolutely fell in love with it. But there are some things that, you know, that would have you question my fandom. There are some statements that I'm going to make here today that are going to make you say, are you really a fan of the 80s? Because right now we're going to talk about the top 5 movies I should love but don't. That's right, the top 5 movies, predominantly from the 80s, all of them from the 80s. The top 5 movies I should love as an 80s fan, but absolutely do not, and in some cases, hate. Yeah, that's right. I think this is going to upset a few of you. So let's jump right into it. You know that I am a horror fan. I'm an 80s slashers fan, and I am, you know, loyal to Jason Voorhees. He's my number 1 favorite horror icon of all time. Maybe one of my favorite movie icons of all time. Got a whole wall in our living room dedicated to Voorhees. And Friday the 13th, going to meet a couple of actors from the series in 2 weeks at Steel City Con, and then like a week after that, you know, C.J. Graham is coming to Rochester to do a signing and have him sign a poster and all sorts of great stuff. Love me some Friday the 13th. At one point in time, Nightmare on Elm Street was a very close second, and Freddy Krueger was a very close second. The gap has widened at this point. So, Nightmare on Elm Street is slowly starting to drop, down the number 2 spot. I mean, it is number 2, but it's just like Friday's growing and Nightmare is shrinking. But you might be surprised to know that I absolutely do not enjoy the Halloween series at all. I am not a Michael Myers fan. I just don't like them. I think I don't know. They're a different horror movie. They're a non, at least the first 2, we've got, no slasher style kills. I don't like the cast. Dr. Loomis is annoying. He's always everywhere and he's always screaming and mad and, questioning the police, and everybody's just getting mad at him. Jamie Lee Curtis, I don't love. I never saw the big infatuation with her. The sex symbol of the 70s and 80s. I don't see it. Never dug it. And then part 3 came along, and I was like, whoa, I love this. Well, because it's not a Halloween movie. It's not Michael Myers at all. It's just a standalone, awesome movie. So, if for some reason you're under a rock and you haven't seen Halloween Part 3, go see it. You'll like it. But, Halloween 4 and 5, I've never even sat through. I've started them and just turned them off. And then when you get into the ones with like LL Cool J and Buster Rhymes, I'm like, man, not going to happen. Not even watching it. Now, if you weren't upset yet, I love the Rob Zombie Halloweens. That's right, I do. I do, because they're more along the, gory slasher style that I like. And those are movies that you gotta watch alone. I don't even watch those movies with my wife because they're just uncomfortable. Anything Rob Zombie does is, fairly uncomfortable to watch. So there are certain movies where I won't watch them with anybody. I have to watch them alone because they're uncomfortable. I don't like sharing that with people. But I love them. I love the Rob Zombie Halloweens. I do. I don't even consider them part of the Halloween series. They changed Michael Myers into, this, maybe obviously a more brutal guy, but, kind of a larger than life, almost a Jason Voorhees type of character. So I like those. I like them much better than the originals. How about that? Yeah. Halloween, off the list. Take it away. Burn it. Don't want anything to do with it. Second movie that I should love, but don't. Caddyshack. I know. I can see the tomatoes being... Hey, what are you doing? Look at you without a shirt on. Did you just sneak in here? Caddyshack. Yep. No, don't get it. I don't get it. And people call it the best comedy of all time. And really, there's other movies. Finn, if you're going to come on in, babe. Or close the door and wait for me to come up. Oh, you're under the table. Okay. Well, all right, be quiet while I'm doing this. People call it the funniest movie of all time, best comedy. There's many, many other movies that I've laughed much harder at. Caddyshack's not great. I don't see the big deal. Lovely cast, right? Chevy Chase and Bill Murray and Chevy Chase and I think Bill Murray's in it. That's and it's about golf and I don't know. The Irish girl is, the Irish girl from that movie, I can't decide if she's hot or not. Hot or super annoying. There goes the little redhead. See ya. Okay, go put a shirt on next time. Yeah, I don't know. The only part that I like about Caddyshack is the, I'll have a cheeseburger. No, I'll have a hot dog. No, I'll have you'll have nothing and you'll get nothing and like it. That's the only part I giggle at. Other than that, don't like it. And I love Chevy Chase. But honestly, I love Chevy Chase from the National Lampoon's series. I think that Chevy Chase was kind of probably an arrogant guy, like a kind of a diva. I've read some stuff in his younger days, maybe even now today, but I don't know. I think the Chevy Chase character in Caddyshack is probably similar to his real life persona at the time. I don't know. I don't see the thrill. I don't care about it. Caddyshack, I've seen it. I've seen it 2 or 3 times, and if I never saw it again, it'd be okay. How about that? Indiana Jones. I know you're all ready to just unsubscribe. Pull the 80s card. Indiana Jones. So first of all, Raiders of the Lost Ark, I can't stand. And it bores me to tears. I've seen it a few times. Can't get into it. Don't like it. Temple of Doom. I think there's way more happening in that movie. So I will watch that and tolerate it. Is it ever my go-to movie? No. Is it ever a sit around, have a good time, and let's watch Temple of Doom? No. And I haven't seen any of the others. I don't know how many Indiana Joneses there are, right? Is there 4? Boy, those kids are loud up there. Man, goes up there with no shirt on, starts beating up his brother. Craziness. I don't know how many Indiana Jones there are. I know there was like a TV show like Young Indiana or something. I don't know. Didn't care about it. Never cared about it. Never a fan of Indiana Jones ever. And Raiders of the Lost Ark is just I can't stand it. I honestly can't stand the movie. This one might surprise you, and it surprised me when I wrote it down. But E.T. Now before you completely abandon me, E.T. is a beautiful. The scenery in E.T. is beautiful because I just love the 80s housing track. I love the bikes. I love the bedrooms. I love the look. I love the furniture. I love the homes. I love the scenery in E.T., right? But it's such a sad freaking movie that I can't sit through it. And I've tried, but it's heartbreaking. And I don't like the way it ended. I think we should rewrite E.T. And I think we should have E.T. just live with the little boy, Elliot, right? He should just live with him. He just grow up together. He's got an alien. They're buddies and everything's fine. But when they're not operating, but when they're doing the tests and they've got E.T. on the table and he's turning white and he's holding Elliot's hand and Elliot's crying and oh my God, like when did E.T. become the saddest movie of all time? I can't watch it anymore. I don't need it. I don't need it. So that's why E.T.'s on the list. I love the iconic. I'm going to make up a word. The iconery. I love the iconery of E.T. The character, the toys. I love all that. I love the iconery of E.T. And I have some E.T. stuff, and it's a major part of childhood. E.T. But the movie, no, it's sad. My kids have never seen it. Liam hasn't seen E.T. because I think it would break his heart, and I don't want to do that. So, no E.T. E.T.'s off the list. Okay. Here it is, and actually I've never really ranked the when I do the top 5s I don't really rank them in order. This one I'm going to put at number 1. The number 1 movie that I should love but hate it's another series. It is the number 1 cure for insomnia. It is the weakest mob movie I've ever seen. Nothing's going on. And I can't stand The Godfather. Yeah. What do you think of that? I cannot stand the Godfather series. I try. I get on the couch. It's raining out. I got a blanket, and I'm cuddled up, and I'm watching the Godfather, and I'm asleep. I'm asleep before the wedding. The wedding is over in the first movie. I'm asleep. I can't get through it. I cannot get through it. Part 2, same. Don't care. And I've never seen part 3. So, Godfather series, hate it. It's tops on my list of movies that I should love, being an 80s fan, but I don't. Godfather, Halloween, the entire series, except for part 3 and the Rob Zombies. E.T. because it's freaking heartbreaking. Caddyshack because you're calling it the greatest comedy of all time, and I wouldn't even put it in the top 10. And Raiders of the Lost Ark and pretty much the rest of the Indiana Jones series can all go bye-bye. Now, a couple of honorable mentions. Raging Bull. Raging Bull I can't stand. I know that it's this artistic whatever. Was it Coppola? Was it Francis Ford Coppola? I don't care who did it. I don't like it. I think Robert De Niro is the most unlikable character in the world in that movie, and I can't stand it. I think it's stupid, and I don't like it. And The Thing, I know John Carpenter's The Thing, and again, heads are rolling, eyes are rolling. What is it? What is the movie? It's I don't know. It's a thing, but what's the thing? It just, I don't know. Wilford Brimley, Kurt Russell. Tried it, didn't like it. Don't understand the hype. Don't understand. Maybe is it more of a cult following? Is it more of a it'll grow on you kind of thing? If I never watch The Thing again, I'm okay with that. I'll never watch Raging Bull again, and the movies that I mentioned here today, I will not watch again. Yeah, that's that. So I guess we'll end the 80s channel and we'll jump straight into the 90s or something like that. I'll become the new 90s revolution, because I'm sure all of you are ready to pull my 80s card and put me away because of the movies that I should love but absolutely can't stand. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, maybe forever, good night now.